always having fun out in the power shed. Just a little update for you. We know we added the 5K 1P recently, and you can actually sell back to the grid. So we wanted to try that today, but at the same time I have the 15K running and selling. So I'm selling about 12 kilowatts on the 15K, and it does work. On one leg we're selling about 3K back. Unbalanced, I'll give you that, but it is selling. So both of them are now selling. Don't ask me why you would want to do this. I haven't figured that out. Maybe you have a system and you add it on, but you could have them in two different locations, but they're tied to the grid. Ours is tied to the grid through this grid power distribution block. So they're both selling right now. So additively, they're about 14, 15 kilowatts going back to the utility. So we just thought we'd try it. That's the beauty of having a power shed and not doing this with the customer looking at you, wondering what in the world's going on. We can do that in the power shed. So this can sell. We've been running it in off-grid mode. It's done just fine. And so I had a customer from Florida ask me about it today, and I said, I don't know. Give me a few hours, and we're going to fire it up again and start selling and see how it performs. And I guess one of the questions is, you can put 10 kilowatts on the 5K. How would you ever use that? It can only invert 5K. But again, don't forget, with the Sol-Arks, you can be charging batteries at the same time that you're inverting. So you could dump 5 kilowatts in that battery and 5 kilowatts back to the grid, and you have loads. So you can consume all of that solar PV input if you're creative in how you use your battery. You can set this up with time of use settings at night, and during the day it could use all the PV. So pretty cool little inverter so far. It's been super quiet, just working away. I use it basically for off-grid, so while we're messing around with all these other inverters and adding stuff, this is kind of my experimental wall. And what this allows us to do is have air conditioning, have the HVAC unit running, and have lights to be able to work, receptacles and stuff to charge our batteries while we're playing. So endless. I should have built the shed bigger. Man, it's getting crazy. There's just a few wires in here. Now, we just keep adding. Will it stop adding wires?
Yeah, you weren't my idea, boss.
So we're, I don't know. I'm having fun. That's all I know. In trying to answer your questions on how these things work, and you come up with all different scenarios. So I get to test them in here and give you feedback. All right, this is Engineer 775 giving you a little update from the power shed. 15K, 5K selling together. I haven't tried that. We could have the 12K. That means I'm gonna have to put up another solar array if I do the 12Ks too, but we won't do that. And what's the project today is finish this home grid, new home grid stack, and we are looking at, what are we doing over here, Willis? We're gonna put up the
generator testing.
Yeah, I just got this idea
Transfer switch.
that if we have an ATS, whether you have a Generac, Briggs & Stratton, Kohler, Cummins, you name it, that with several, we're going to experiment in here with some relays, maybe some voltage sensing relays, and see if we can control the ATS as opposed to just removing them. But we don't want the generator to start up when the grid goes down. That's the way these things are designed. So maybe you can help me. Are we going to void the warranty if we start messing with the relays in here? Are we going, we want the Sol-Ark or the inverter battery-based system to control when the generator comes on, but I don't necessarily want to rip this hardware out that's on their home. So tell me what you think about that. And we did move the smart load panel up above. They're still working on the software, so I can't give you an update on the load shaving, load management for the Sol-Arks yet. So that's it from the power shed. See you later. Engineer 775 signing out.